Mr. Foreman, around campus, students have heard the term campus master plan. Can you tell us a little bit about what that term actually is and what it means?
Well, thank you very much, Mike, for asking that question, because it is a little confusing, but it's really exciting. As we stand in front of the monastery today, this is where it all started. This fall, we honored Mr. Spina, arguably the most respected teacher to ever walk this campus. One of the things that he said in his tribute video was to think that we are building something, we're going back to 1960, that will become a premier prep school in the state of New Jersey, and how true he was. You know, St. Augustine Prep has an evolution of an expansion. It started here in 1959. If we look around, we're standing here on this vast campus. Here on the north side of campus, Augustinian Hall came about in 1963. Soon thereafter, within the next 15 years, an expansion to this building took place. So the Augustinians had a very forward thinking of what this campus was going to look like. An interesting history of the campus that many people don't know was in 1995, the province of St. Thomas of Villanova bought this property. It was part of a sub-province called our Mother of Good Counsel. The provincial at the time was a gentleman by the name of Father Jack Deegan, and he made a very, very bold move to buy this campus. And under the leadership of Father Steve LaRosa and then Father Paul Galetto, in 1997, the Scarpa building opened. So now if you look at it, we have a building on the north side of campus, a building on the south side of campus. There was a natural development of a potential quad to take place here at St. Augustine Prep. So Father Riley, I'm not sure if you guys know, who's now the president of the school, was the provincial from 2002 to 2010. During that time, Father Paul Galetto was the president. The two of them formed an unbelievably dynamic leadership team. Because of that and their vision, the forum became a reality. That opened in 2007. So now, in addition to the north side of Augustinian Hall, the south side with the Scarpa building, we now were flanked in the west with the forum. What else did we need? The east side of campus to now be developed. As Father Riley became president in the summer of 2011, he put together a campus master planning committee. This committee was comprised of administrators, alumni, members of the board, community people who have been very, very close to St. Augustine Prep in the fields of architecture, engineering, facilities. And this group started to identify priorities to enhance the learning environment for our students. Because ultimately, St. Augustine Prep had a commitment to you guys. Your experience is exactly that, your experience. So, due to the generosity of Mrs. Rose Davis, the Vincent L. Blondano building, as you can see the construction here, is taking shape. Now this will close off the quad that was once considered way back when in the 60s by Father Steve LaRosa and his Augustinian friars, then by Father Jack Deegan, Father Riley, Father Paul Galetto, and the Augustinian community. What an exciting time to be part of St. Augustine Prep.
So you gave us a brief history about the campus. Is the Blondano building going to be the last of the expansion, or what's to come?
Certainly hope not, Nick. You know, St. Augustine, we constantly want more. You know, we say a prayer, our hearts are restless. Well, that's kind of the way this administration thinks. Why be happy with what is already we have? Let's provide more for our students and their families and our alumni. So when this project is complete, our eyes are set on a spirituality center. You know, Father Riley often talks about that we're not all Catholic, but we're all Augustinian. You know, how exciting would it be for St. Augustine Prep to have an area for faith formation, you know, so we can be mindful of one another and also kind of mindful of what's inside of us. So this space here, you know, if you look at the space between the Scarpa building and the forum, we'd like to have some, you see the architectural renderings inside the foyer of the forum. This would be the spirituality center, and within that spirituality center would be a chapel, perhaps a chapel where all the students would gather in the morning, just for quiet reflection, maybe a piece of music, a reading, and then we all enjoy our day. We would obviously celebrate Mass there, and how exciting would it be if you came back, Michael or Justin, and maybe wanted to get married here on campus. That would be a blast. But that's definitely something that's on the horizon, and we have also so many more ideas as well.
So, Mr. Foreman, are there any developments planned as far as our athletic facilities go?
Well, Justin, just think what the graduating class of 2014 would have had, and what you guys have, what they didn't have, I should say. The Navone Athletic Training Facility. So now we have a concession stand, public bathrooms, and a gigantic state-of-the-art weight room for all of our athletes and non-athletes even to enjoy the lifetime fitness skills and to understand how important it is to take care of your body. We look at our athletic facilities, and a lot of people come to our campus and say, wow, this is great. You have 2 baseball fields, a turf football field that's used for soccer and lacrosse, grass field for our rugby program and our sub-varsity soccer and lacrosse programs to practice. But again, in the spirit of improvement, in the spirit of trying to provide our students and our families with the best resources available in the learning environment, we want to be able to do more. And athletic enhancement is definitely part of it. We're standing here, we're looking right at the tennis courts, and the tennis court space it's beautiful. But through the vision of a young coach like Mr. Preacher and some alumni who were really behind it, Father Riley said, how about we consider moving the tennis courts to the east side of campus on the lawn of the monastery? That would open up this space for perhaps either additional parking, more of a stadium look, maybe a training facility for multiple sports, perhaps even an auxiliary gym if we were to ever develop the Performing Arts Center that we would like to do. Additionally, turf fields. So if we were to imagine the JV baseball field becoming 2 turf fields to have lacrosse and soccer, can even support programs in the summer. The varsity baseball field to be completely turfed. The outfield would be able to be a sub-varsity soccer field in the fall, and we would never have to lose games to rain. Now our fields, our athletic facilities would mirror the learning environment that we strive for here at St. Augustine Prep.
Mr. Foreman, yesterday you told us a little bit about the history of the prep, and you also talked about different mind, body, and spirit projects that were going on. Nick asked you about the chapel that is coming, and Justin asked you about some of the athletic developments that are coming, and we were wondering if there is anything else that may be coming down the road.
As you think about the education at the school, and you guys enjoy so many components of education, one of the facets that we've noticed as an administration in the last few years is your creativity. You look at our a cappella group. We have students who are scholar athletes. We have students from every segment of our constituency base who are participating in that. Some guys are tremendous with the visual arts. The Division I athletes who are great artists, musicians. So it lends itself to the performing arts. So how can we develop the performing arts? The Campus Master Planning Committee is very committed as that's part of the Campus Master Plan. The challenge is, where does the Performing Arts Center, for lack of a better word, go? One of the concepts is that it would go out here to the south side of the building off the Forum, where is the field where we have graduation. Another possibility is that once the Vincent L. Blondano building is developed on the east side, that it goes towards where the Spina Gym is. So it's a very exciting time to be part of St. Augustine Prep. We touch on the mind, the body, the spirit, and now the creativity of the performing arts. It's good stuff.